Oh, hey guys. Welcome back to the show for going over or talking about timelines in fiction, that is. So it's time for another episode of the Timeline Show, the show where I talk about fictional timelines. Now, this could be for characters or whole universes. And for this fourth installment in the series, I thought I would give you my 2 cents of that's right, it's the Star Wars timeline. So we're just gonna jump straight into this. I'm sure you know what calendar system the series takes place on. The BBY ABY calendar system, and I'm only covering for the films and TV shows. No expanded media other than that. So our timeline starts then in the year 896 BBY with the birth of Yoda. After that, we jump ahead around another 446 years to around the year 450 BBY with the birth of Yaddle. Now, jumping ahead another 250 years, we have the year 600 BBY and the birth of Jabba the Hutt. Another 450 years, we jump ahead now to the year 200 BBY, and we have here the birth of Chewbacca. Jumping ahead another 98 years to the year 102 BBY. This was where we have the birth of Count Dooku. In the year 92 BBY, we have the birth of Qui-Gon Jinn. In the year 82 BBY, we have the birth of Emperor Palpatine. In the year 72 BBY, we have the births of Mace Windu and Shmi Skywalker. In the year 66 BBY, we have the birth of Jango Fett. Okay, now, in the year 57 BBY, we have the birth of Obi-Wan Ben Kenobi. Okay. In the year 54 BBY, we have the birth of Darth Maul. In the year 50 BBY, we have the birth of Owen Lars. And most likely the birth of Beru Lars, or whatever her last name was before marrying Owen was. Okay, now. In the year 41 BBY, we have the births of both Anakin Skywalker and Grogu. Okay, now. In the year 32 BBY, we have the events of the Phantom Menace take place, and the birth of Boba Fett. And this is also when the Mandalorian's born on the timeline. I just need to throw that out there as well. Okay. Okay, 10 years after that, in the year 22 BBY, we have the events of Attack of the Clones, the Clone Wars. And no other important characters are born in this part of the timeline. None that I know of, anyway. 19 BBY is the events of Revenge of the Sith. And this is where we have the births of Luke Skywalker and Leia Organa. Yes, they actually are a twin brother and sister. Now, 10 years after that, 9 BBY, this is where we have the events of the miniseries Obi-Wan Kenobi. And yeah, I forgot, between 22 and 19 BBY, the events of the Clone Wars TV series takes place. I should have mentioned that in that segment, in that category, but you know. Now, I should have mentioned also 29 BBY, Han Solo was born. Whoops. Okay. Because 13 BBY, we have the events of Solo, A Star Wars Story. And around 14 BBY, we have the events of Star Wars Rebels. Okay, now. 0 BBY, most important events on the timeline here. This is where the events of Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and A New Hope take place. Rogue One takes place literally directly before A New Hope. So... 3 years after that, and that's during the Battle of Yavin, 3 years after that, we have the year 3 ABY and the events of The Empire Strikes Back. For ABY, we have the events of Return of the Jedi. And the deaths of Darth Vader and Yoda. The death of Obi-Wan Kenobi is around the same time as A New Hope, by the way. And we also have the death of Boba Fett in that year as well. Okay. Now, between 4 ABY and 34 ABY, our new generation of characters are born. So that would include Finn, Ben Solo, who becomes Kylo Ren, and Rey. Oh, and Poe Dameron. And also in that time, in the year 9 ABY, we have the events of the TV series The Mandalorian taking place. Okay. Now, The Bad Batch actually takes place during the era of the earlier films, but I don't know the exact timeline, so that's why I haven't included it. So, we now go ahead into the year 34 ABY, and the events of The Force Awakens. And The Last Jedi, they both take place in the same year. Then a year after that, in the year 35 ABY, we have the events of The Disappointment of Skywalker. The Rise of Skywalker. Okay. Now, I know what I've just done here is just giving you a Cliff Notes version of the events up to the present by the film and TV show timelines of Star Wars. Like TV shows like Andor and The Bad Batch, as I've said, I actually don't know what point in the timeline they actually take place, but, you know, like by the dating system. That's why I didn't include them here. Anyway, guys, next time we'll be going into a world beyond the wardrobe. I think you know what that means. That's right, it's the Chronicles of Narnia timeline. Next time. But until then, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have us a magical time.